woke up the other day to the news of a new pope, the white smoke billowing out of the Vatican. Some of us would have said, good morning to the new Pontiff. Others may have said, good Yontif, Pontiff. The election of a new pope does have something to us, say something to us as Jews as well. Not only because it speaks about leadership, about spiritual leadership, but it also speaks about the relationship between Catholics and Jews, which has improved considerably over the years. But it also got me thinking about certain aspects of Catholicism which are a little troubling for me. One of them is the question of celibacy, because I see it as something unnatural and having contributed in some way to the problems of sexual abuse that are within the church. And the other one is the issue of confidentiality, where priest's confidentiality, the confidentiality of the confessional, is something that is guaranteed, and a priest is not allowed to share that, even if a person's life is in danger. Now, it is not up to me to be critical of Christianity or of Catholicism, and in fact, as you know, it is something I work for is in terms of good relationships between us and other religious groups. And the Catholics and Jews have got a lot to say to one another and to learn from one another. But nevertheless, it's the issue of confidentiality that I want to address, because it is something that is in this week's parasha. Quite obscurely, the very opening pasuk of the Torah, in Parashat Vayikra, beginning of the book of Leviticus, Vayikra el Moshe v'daber Hashem elav me'oel moed lemor. Hashem called Moshe, and he spoke to him from the tent of meeting, from the sanctuary, saying, etc. And it is pointed out here that there seems to be some repetition. It says God spoke to Moshe, and he called him as well. So why did he have to call and speak? Surely it's the same thing. You call a person, you speak to a person. Why the repetition of the phrase? And one of the things that the rabbis read into this is that we should be careful to maintain confidentiality. They learn it out of the repetition, is that if you are given the word of a person, you have to safeguard it. If you are given a secret of a person, you need to safeguard that particular secret. And you need to maintain confidentiality. So we believe in confidentiality. We believe in keeping a secret. And we know that once you let a secret out, you have no control over it. And in a world where everything goes and where everyone says there are no more secrets because of emails and texts and Twitter and cameras all over the place, we may think, well, nobody's entitled to anything anymore, no more secrets, no more confidentiality. But a world, of course, would not operate without us being able to maintain a confidence. And so confidentiality as an aspect of life is an essential and integral ingredient. However, is it confidentiality at all costs? And that's where halakha enters into it and says to us there are other principles too. There are principles of pikuach nefesh. There's a principle of saving a life. There's a principle of respecting the life. And there's another principle called rodef, to protect somebody from a potential assailant or a potential killer. And that tells us is that if you have information information is shared with you which may be damaging to another person in terms of them self-harming or in terms of them killing someone else or harming another human being, then we need to intervene and break the confidence. So it is not confidentiality under any circumstances, but there are exceptions. There are times when life takes more primacy over confidentiality. So, if I may summarize, in the beginning of the book of Vayikra, it speaks to us about Hashem calling to Moshe and a reminder to him about maintaining and keeping confidence, but it is also a reminder we learn in other parts of the Torah that confidentiality is not to be maintained at all costs. Shabbat Shalom. Enjoy your Shabbat.